Okay.
Hi, let me introduce myself. My name is Roman. I'm from Ukraine. I work as a product analyst in a company called Bini Games. We created mobile game application for preschool children. I'm on this position for more than 2 years, and if I can help you with your question connecting to data analytics, I will be glad to help you to explain this thing.
Okay. Hi, I'm Chi. I'm a data analyst for about 3 years, and I want to prepare my interview. So that's why I came to here to talk with you.
You previously wrote about behavior interview, right?
Yes, and here's another maybe more important question I want to talk with you. So I want to switch from because my previous experience is more related with marketing analysis,
Mm-hmm.
and for now I want to apply some position like a product analyst, and I heard you have some related experience, so I want to know what I can show if I want to switch from marketing analyst to product analyst, and what kind of credential or characteristic you think is more important for to be a product analyst?
Mhm. Is there any area or industry that you wanted to go especially? For example, in my case, I love game development. If I will switch to some other company, I go to other game development company. Maybe in your case, is there so some product? So if you wanted to go to product team, so what this product should create, develop, and so on?
So in this case, it's a financial service product.
So it's like something like I don't know, Robin Hood, Stripe, or
Yeah, something like
yeah.
something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's maybe first what come into my mind. It's maybe some portfolios that connected data set, especially in this area. I think you could find something on Kaggle. Especially like a data set about Square, about especially maybe some of this data from this company or from some survivor that familiar to it. Uh, did you work with A/B tests in your previous job? Oh, so it
Yes.
is. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yes, A/B test in marketing campaign, right? Or how? Yeah.
Yes, it's in marketing analysis because in my previous experience, we also have an application. Is something like related with, like it provide a retail service. It's
Mhm.
like e-commerce platform. So we also need to run A/B test to analyze user preference or behavior.
Yes, also, but I think as you done this work, so it is like part of day-to-day work for product analyst. So you could use your experience in this. So as at the time when I was a marketing analyst, like part of my job also was the task that was straight product analyst job. So it is easy for me to switch in my one company because as I previously work on tasks that related to product analytics, it was very easy. So in your case, is part of your task was related to product analytics, you also can speak about this experience. You also can show this experience in your CV, in your LinkedIn, in your portfolio, and I think it is still be relevant.
Okay, so either maybe because from the job description, I noticed some keywords like I need to understand behavior funnel or optimization, and A/B testing. Also, the Python circle is the something like related with hard skill. Also, there are some soft skill like problem solving, detail oriented, and multitasking. So since I know these keywords, I need to prepare. I want to know if there some key information or key skills you think is important for product analyst. so that I could show off my skill or related experience in the interview.
To be honest, my advice is try to tune your CV to some job positions that you wanted to go. So if you, for example, you get some job description and you see there like SQL, Power BI, or Tableau or Looker, knowledge of statistics, no practice with A/B testing, creating dashboards and so on. So you try to add this stuff if there are no one to your CV and your cover letter. So it is like a more slower process because you don't have, because it's not the situation when you created your CV one time, you wrote your cover letter one time, and then you apply on different position. No, my advice is to try to tune it to every position, because it is, for me, it is more relevant when you tailor it and write these keywords, especially is it valuable for this position. Because, for example, for some company, A/B testing is valuable because they have the product, they launch like hundreds of A/B testing, and they wanted to find the specialists who work with A/B testing. And for other company who work, I don't know, as a retailer, for example, and they don't have their application, they don't need specialists who know A/B testing, and your keywords A/B test will be irrelevant for them. So it's this stuff with the keyword. There can be one solution. So my advice is try to tailor it to every position that you really want. And also, it is like the signal for recruiters that you don't applying for every job with the same resume, but you carefully read their job description and try to give them as much matched CV as possible.
Okay. And can I know maybe your day-to-day work so that I can, may I know your day-to-day work?
It's not day to day. I think it's week to week, because it is like weekly cycle. So it's I work in a product team. So there are like product managers, like game designers, like all the analysts in my team. So it's like not large team. And once a week I had a meeting with my team where I have like half an hour and I can explain all my researches or my findings or tasks that I want to. So I have like this half an hour to communicate to my team my findings, what I done by previous week. Yeah, and also what I see as valuable, as I have to show them. And then also on this, after I like communicate all this stuff, I also show my task for this week. We prioritize it because I may not know when that my team is wait especially for some task, and I maybe like he is in low priority in my view, and so on. So we like prioritize this task, and then like the whole week I work on this task. This task connected to A/B testing. It is always like design A/B testing, launch A/B testing. If we stop some A/B testing, then analyze the need for again next week to show them to my team. Also, if we work with the different apps and we always try to launch new version, also I always analyze metrics with this. For example, we launch new version, I have to compare it with old one to understand if it's some metrics that we grow with our feature, or maybe some metric decline because there are some bugs and so on. It's still possible. Yeah, so I check the health of this new version and how our user behave there. Also, there is some cases like ad hoc analysis. So something you familiar with it, no?
Sorry, would you mind to repeat it again?
Ad hoc analysis. So it's something that one time,
yeah.
My colleague
Yeah,
one time asked me, so I provide it. It's something that will I'm not reusing next time and so on. So part of my job is also analysis like this. Also, as we always try to create new features in our apps, I have to create analytic tracking. So like if we add some new button, I have to add some events. For example, if people click on this button, we could receive like this event, and I can then understand the efficiency of this feature, how many people use it, and so on and so forth. So before even developers started coding this feature, I have to write down for developers what I need in analytic view about this. What else? Maybe also some generating hypotheses, because SI is only one person, analyst in our team, only one person who has access to database, who can see the data strictly, not only in dashboards, but in row view. So part of my job also is try to generate some hypotheses, especially maybe something that we could use for A/B testing, especially all if we have like funnel, our first session funnel, so where the most hard places for our users. So I can generate them to try to test it, try to prove it, try to improve this. For example, first session funnel for our users to better use our app and so on. So I think it's like majority of tests. It's the last one about generating hypotheses. It's not completely the task for data analyst, but still it is very interesting if I had some idea and I'm responsible for some apps, and of course I wanted to for these apps to be successful, because like it is my job, and my job depends on these apps. Yeah, so if I have some idea how we can create this app better, of course I can share it with my team, and if it's relevant and if this idea has some foundation with data, we can test it, and also we can launch it.
Okay. So it looks like we have similar work.
Yeah, so I think, and yeah, so if you work with A/B testing, if you previously if you worked with user behavior, yeah, so it is like product analyst, his or her day-to-day job is to work with data that users in product generated. So like our users install our app, play our games, they generate some data, and I could use this data to help our business grow, for our app to be more successful, for our conversion to be higher, and to our earnings to be higher, and so on. So as you previously work on with user behavior, so it's like still relevant for you to apply on some product analytics positions.
I have a question. What are your key performance indicators?
It's hard to say, to be honest. So for me as a specialist, or for apps?
Sorry, what?
For me, a key performance indicator for me as a specialist, or for apps that I'm responsible for?
Okay.
No,
So,
you don't
sorry?
understand. Yeah. So key performance indicator, my personal as a specialist, or key performance indicator for apps that I'm responsible for?
Yeah, I mean the later one. Which
Apps,
indicator you responsible
about
for?
apps.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is
Yes.
so it is different, but I think the most relevant is ARPU. So it is in mobile apps. It is like average revenue per user. So, for example, if we received like 100 users, and some of these users paid by subscription, and some of these users didn't buy subscription, but we earn, for example, in 1 week, in first week of this after their installation, we learn like $100. So this ARPU will be $1. So $100 divided by 100 people, and of course every business wanna. It's common metrics for every mobile application, and of course we wanted to grow. Every business wanted to grow this metrics to be higher, to be like $1.50, $2, $3, and so on. The higher is this ARPU will be with the large amount of users, the better this business feel yourself. Yeah, so it is like more important. But still, there are some like health metrics. For example, retention. It's a percentage of users who come back to our app. For example, the first day after installation, the 7th day after installation. Conversion rate also important, because so for example, this 100 people go to our app and only 5 or 10% of them paid. So it's like conversion like 5% or 10%. Of course, we wanted to grow this conversion, but still there are some tricky points. When you grow one metric, the other decreased, and when you grow the other, the first one decreased. So it's like always trying to juggling something like this. Yeah, but still, I think the money always the most relevant metric. So yeah, because the business, like the main purpose of every business, every company is to earn money, to at least to pay salaries and so on.
Okay, and may I know maybe is there some interview question? Is there some question you were asked before in your interview?
So it's like on behavior interview, right?
Yeah, behavior question,
Yeah.
and also maybe other question you remembered.
I have like 10 questions that I advise to people. Wait, I will try to do it to see both you and this question. Wait a minute. So, if you want, we could try to provide some little mock interview with this 10 question, and you try to answer and so on. What do you think?
Okay, okay. Oh my God,
Okay.
10 questions.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too much.
No. It's like a simple behavior interview. So, why did you choose data analytics? Among all tech, tech sphere, you choose data analytics. Why?
There are several reasons, but I'd like to share top three. So firstly, I'm passionate about solving problem and removing pinpoints for others, like playing puzzle game, and I use different clues and try to find out what is the answer. It really attract me. And secondly, I'm fascinated by the impact that data-driven decision can have, like measuring the business world with data, shaping the business decision with data. That's amazing. And the last one is I enjoy interact with people. Being data analyst means you need to work closely with various teams like marketing, operation, or business. You need to understand their unique needs and help them to make some informed decision. Like I'm the bridge between the business and IT department. It will allow me to gain a holistic view of the organization. So I think that's why I choose to be a data analyst.
Yeah, but the later one, it's something that you experience when you already work as a data analyst. But why you decide, especially? Because it's like your answer was like what the best like is the most like in this profession. But why you choose in first place?
You mean in product analyst or why choose this position?
Working with data. So you could be a developer, you could be a product manager, and so on. But you choose to be a data analyst. Why?
Okay, so because I have mathematics background and related experience for about 3 years working to be a data analyst, so I had opportunity to translate a complex amount of data into market trend or actionable insight to business. So I think this position will allow me to understand user behavior, funnel conversion, and identify some root cause. I'm not sure if it's the answer you want to hear.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's still relevant. And next question will be what you like the most and the least in your profession. But about the most, I think you previously answer, yeah, with this stuff. What you like the least in your profession. So what you like?
And also, I have a question. As for the
Mhm.
last question, either something I need to tailor or my answer.
It's in my case, it is better to tell some stories. So why, for example, in my case, yeah, I'm previously I 7 years. I work in communication, so stuff like social media management, targeting ads, and so on. But then after 7 years, I decided that I wanted to go to tech sphere, and at that time, I didn't know what the sphere I have to choose, because there are like game development, like development, management, and so on and so forth. But I decided that it will be much easier for me to switch to data analysis, because I love data. So I'm like, when I start running, I like notice how much kilometers I run. I try to create some visualization. I try to check what's the oxygen consumption in my case. So I like data. I like to know, especially data about me and so on, of course. So I decided that it will be much easier for me to not go into, for example, development path, but to data analytics, because as I already like the data, as I already like some visualization, it will be like much easier, because as I quit my previous job, I had like 7 months to live without money for self education to receive my next job. Yeah, so in my case, it took me 3 months. Yeah, so it's when you talk about, because it is like behavior interview, it's more about yourself. You have to showcase yourself, your how you think, what's and storytelling is always like every recruiter, every hire manager, he or she is a human. So we like the story. We have this empathy for other humans. So it's like when you try to tell some stories from your background, it is always a bit better.
Okay, so I saw at least one, two, three. Why I have some relate with the data analyst. Will better to tell people why I want to choose to be a data analyst. So maybe I will change my answer to
Mhm.
share a
Yeah,
story.
try to remember, what was the first one, first intention that you decided that, oh, I wanted to do this. Maybe at school, maybe at university, maybe so where is this point that you check like, wow, I wanted to become a data analyst, and try to reflect. It's like behavior interview. It's always about like some kind of reflection. You try to dig in yourself and understand what was your intention, why you choose this path, why you do like that but not like that, and so on.
So
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So let's go back to this talk.
Okay.
What you like the least in your profession?
Um, well, I haven't thought about this question, but I think debug maybe is one of the I don't like.
Mhm. What do you
Yeah,
mean by debug?
like you coding and there are some problems you faced, and you need to find out what the problem with the code and like debug.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like about SQL or Python, right? Something like this.
Yeah. It's
Mhm,
about coding or using any coding language.
mhm. Okay, what else maybe?
What else? Oh, I don't think, cause being a data analyst is everything related with data analyst is very interesting for me. So, uh, I don't think there are something I don't like.
Okay, in my case, it is like huge responsibility, because in for example, in developers case, developers has they work with quality assurance engineer. If they created some bug, it is almost a lot of cases that quality assurance engineer find this bug before production, and they say that, okay, repairs this bug and so solves this problem and so on. But in data analytics here, case, there are no quality assurance engineer, someone who like reanalyze, recalculate your findings, and if you create some mistake, and we all people, we could create some mistakes. You will create a report, and your managers make a decision based on some biased data, and it will be some biased assumption. And especially when you work with some successful products, something that like earn a lot of money every day, so your biased report can cause these problems with earnings, and we can not earn enough as we could if, for example, I'm not created this bug. So like this stuff that you, and also I don't like this that you like if you work 8 hours in some analyzing something, it can be done automatically. So you have to pay attention all these 8 hours, and at the end of the day, for example, in my case, the last hour of my work day is the hardest, because my brain is exhausted, and but I still have to pay attention. So if I can set some meetings with my colleagues, for example, so some of my colleagues wants to ask me something, want to consult with me. I always try, if it's not so emergency, I always try to set this meeting to this last hour, because I know that I will be not so productive as an analyst who will analyze some data set, but I can be still the same productive in consulting, in helping others, and so on. So in my case, it is like all huge responsibility, absence of some kind of quality assurance engineer, and that you have to always pay 100% attention to others.
Okay, so it's like we need to take fully responsible for our output, so that, or otherwise it may maybe cause some loss of the company.
Yeah, because nobody will recheck your findings, your data, and so on. It will be so your team, as your experienced data analyst, your team rely on you, that these findings that you will show them, it is true and it is relevant, and they can make some decision based on this data. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry
So
okay.
yeah. Third
Maybe we
question. Yeah, can you describe your ideal workday? So if you apply on some company,
ideal
and
work day.
what? Yeah.
Oh my god. Maybe ideal work day. Maybe I will start I will start for maybe 15 minutes to map out to outline a schedule for my day.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, maybe I will have meeting with my it's okay.
So sorry. Yeah, it was
Can
a
you hear me?
glitch for. Yeah, for now, yeah, but it was a glitch for 15 minutes or 15 seconds, and I didn't hear like meeting with, and then it stopped.
Yeah, meeting with my colleagues to maybe go through the weekly project or process of our project, and then I will start to my own stuff, to my own analysis. And before I take off, maybe I will also I need to check the list of my daily work to make sure if I finish the task of today.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what percentage with so it's like work data analyst work divided on two parts. It's something that when you're on meeting with something and you communicating, you're talking, and when you one by one with your laptop and you to analyze something and so on. So what is the percentage of this two part is comforting for you?
Well, I think maybe 10% for my personal task, like a schedule or checklist to check my task, and five half 50% to do some data analysis, and 40% to communicate or meet with the colleague or one by one stakeholder.
Okay, there are no some right mistake. For example, in my case, it is for meeting for me it is 25%. So it is the maximum because I'm not so like extrovert in person, but it is like enough for checking, for communicating, for understanding like what happened and so on. But 75% it is totally I'm working alone with my data set, analyze something and so on. So it's different from company to company, from people to people. Okay. Now yeah.
Hi, yeah, I have a question for this one.
Mhm,
This question. So,
mhm.
what the key, how to say it? What the recruiter or interviewer want to know from this question,
it's
or what?
it's more it's more for you to showcase how you work. For example, with your 15 minutes like schedules a day, it's wonderful because I use the same. I can't start any test before I understand what the task I had, what the meeting I will have this day, and at what time, and so on. So for me, I have to understand what my day this concrete day will be, and then I will work on it. So maybe you will also try to explain some your routine. For example, in my case, I like to work for 15 minutes, for 50 minutes, and then have 10 minutes break, and then like hour by hour I work at that time, so on. So you can explain some your work routine and so on. So what you wanted to share for this? I don't think that there are some right answer, but it is for you to showcase how you work, what you like in work, and how you see this, and so on.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank
So, for
you.
example, if someone said that I don't want any meeting at all, I like to chat. Not have meeting. It is like for recruiter, it is a signal. So okay, if we like not like, but if we have these meetings and a data analyst have to be on this meeting, have to explain and so on. Maybe this person is not so relevant if it's not some team player and so on. Yeah. So okay, now I try to name stuff, and you have to prioritize it. What's the best for you? What's the most important for you? What's the least important, and so on. So,
Okay.
uh, career growth, uh, perks, and some bonuses, salary, good team, technological stack. Yeah. So you write down.
So there are 5 things I need to prioritize.
Yeah. So what is the most important for you? What is the least important for you? So well, what?
I think maybe career goal is the first thing, and
Mm-hmm,
then maybe uh maybe salary and a
mm-hmm,
good team, and the fourth is tech, and the last one is bonus, I
mm-hmm,
think.
mm-hmm. So if, for example, you received some job offer that will be the technological stack will be only Excel, so no SQL, no Python, no any dashboards tool, so only you work only in Excel, but you will be like, I don't know what your previous position will be, but you will be like senior data analyst or head of analytics in this startup. You will say yes. Okay. Yeah.
Uh, I have a question. So,
Mm.
when we're talking about a career goal, so what would that mean? I thought
Uh,
maybe learning, maybe access with good project or using good tech is involved in career goal, so that this experience is a benefit for my career development.
Uh, It's interesting question. It's more, in my view, it's more about position. So you can say, so you can grow. For example, in 2 years, you can grow from middle data analyst to head of data analyst, chief of data, and so on and so forth. But I don't know if it's interesting projects. It is not in this category. I don't know. It have to be maybe six yeah, something like additional. But I think this growth, it's still, as it mostly goes from your team, it may be about the good team. I think when you grow from when someone a senior mentoring you and so on, it's maybe in good team category. In my case, it is like when you receive some new titles very quickly, not in this speed that in other companies. So someone who already also with the middle data analyst in other company, he or she like spent like 5 years to be or 7 years to become head of data. But you can spend in this company, you can spend it, you received it by 3 years. But technology is like you're working with Excel and you don't know any SQL. So it's not. There are also not so right answer. But of course, if you say salary first, recruiter will be suspicious and so on. But it's always after this question, after you like prioritize it, recruiter always try to ask this like concrete situation. So, for example, we so challenge your assumptions. So, if you have some in the end of your list, he or she try to ask this question, like in my case, yeah. So, if this company have good career, but very bad technology, if you really wanted to go there, for you to maybe rethink or to explain why you think it is still like good list, good priority, and so on.
Okay. I'll pay attention for this question.
Yeah, it's always good practice to evaluate it, because you sometimes even when I like behavior interview, because before someone asks you this question, you don't even think about it, and then you try to understand what's really I like, if it's really salary or is it really career growth, or maybe I appreciate technology in this company and so on. Okay, next one. What may cause you to quit your job? So what have to be happened? So you said, okay, I'm quit. I can no longer be here.
I think maybe if I can't learn more from this position, from this job, I will think about quit. Yeah. And also
So
maybe yeah.
yeah. Continue.
And also maybe if I can't see some opportunity of promotion, I will consider about it too. Yeah.
You mean promotion in title way or in salary way?
Both. Because in my previous experience, if you get the higher title, you also will get higher salary.
Okay. So Bill, next one is. Did you deal in your on any of your work with conflict, and how you, if you deal with it, how you solve them?
Yeah. So yes, I prepared this question. So so would you like to maybe listen a story, or just want to know how I will handle it in that situation?
You can imagine, you can remember some story. You don't have to name the company, name the job. You just have remember what happened, and like one case story, if you can share it.
Okay. So I think it's essential to understand each team's unique perspective and priorities through effective communication, and provide solution with clear reasons. So there was a time when we were implementing a system update that will change the management of advertising payment. So this update was crucial because it was expected to increase payment timeliness, and most of teams saw the benefit and were on board. However, one of the sales team remained resistant. Instead of dismissing their concerns, I reached out their team's leader for a one-on-one chat, and after some discussion and communication, I know that their main worry was about this update didn't bring some direct benefit with their sales target, and I hadn't initially considered this perspective. Although I have all of the data to back in the update's importance, I realized this concern is beyond just data. It's about alignment with their goal, with the sales team's goal. So I coordinate with other sources to satisfy their requirements. After a few conversations, we had agreement on this update. And I think being a data analyst, although the data is very important, but understanding and addressing the stakeholders' goals and the motivation are also important. So it's not just about presenting the fact, but about align them with the stakeholders' concerns.
How this story ends?
Yeah, that's it.
No, so there was the solution. This the
So
sales manager, they agree on
yeah,
this.
so they agree with this update, and we run this update smoothly.
Okay, remember it just now, or you have prepared for especially for this question? You thought that you tell this story.
I prepare this. Sorry, would you want to maybe repeat again?
You just this some story from your background. You just remember it, or you like prepare so you know that like on behavior interviews a lot of sometimes ask about conflict, and you have this story because you tell it like even without like trying to remember. So you can it's like look like it's prepared story, but it's good. My advice is try to prepare a story for every this common questions that always behavior recruiter ask on behavior interview. Yeah.
So maybe I should maybe present I remember something and have maybe some pause in this answer. It will
No,
be better.
it's good that you present it. Yeah, but just it's I noticed the difference because sometimes in some question when you was not prepared, so you try to remember it and try some pause. Yeah, but in this case you like present it very strangely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, it's wonderful. Eighth question. So, what is the most difficult changes that you dealt on your previous job? So some in your job changed, and it was hard for you to deal with it, but still you're like dealt with it.
But I think this question may be similar with the conflicts. Like I also need to deal with a very difficult problem or and I deal it I deal it successfully. So do you think maybe I can reuse my answer for the last one?
It's not something. It's more something about you, about your how to say it. Uh, so it's like there are in companies there are some like routine process and so on, but then something changed. Maybe some new tools that company decided to use and so on. Maybe it's something about something that can show that you are very adaptive, that you can learn new skills, learn new stuff, that you don't scary some changes and so on. So, for example, in my case, there was a time in our company that we have some optimization, and I understand that maybe I am going to the other team within company. So some of analysts in our team go into other team. So I talk with my team leader and said, okay, if someone will go to other team, maybe it will be me, because like I'm used to this product, I know this team, and I'm scared that I will be in this team for a lot of time, and for me it will be hard to change something. And maybe I can change it right now. So if you wanted to go one analyst to other team, let it be me. So it's like it was hard because I work in this team for 1.5 years, but still I'm on this new team for 3 months, and I also like it, and I understand these products and so on. Because even that the old team, so the old people with whom I communicate every day, change almost completely. Yeah, something about that change in your company and how you adapt to this. And you try to remember from some case, maybe the most complicated one, when it was always in my case, when I changed my team, it was scary, because I was a new specialist in other teams. This team didn't know me, they didn't understand my skills and so on. I have to earn their trust and so on, and it is always some kind of scary.
Okay, so yeah, it's a okay. I will. So I have a maybe experience that there was a time when we use Excel to analyze data before, and as it become a regular, it's a routine of my work. I realized maybe I can do something different, maybe improve the efficiency of my analyzing time. So I developed a Python data pipeline to optimize the data pre-processing. And so after I built a data pipeline, it only took me 2 hours to extract a transform data. And before I built this data pipeline, it took me maybe 2 days to analyze data. Do you think maybe it's a good example for this question?
Not, to be honest. It's your achievement. It is good. It's something that when for example, tell us something that you're proud of, that and so on. So maybe it's what there, but it's not the same. It's there are no some. Maybe you heard about Hero Journey. No.
No.
So it's like a lot of films they used the same structure, like for example Harry Potter. So it's a hero who's have some fear, who deal with this fear and so on, but at the end he fight with his biggest fear, and he win. It's the same, for example, with Hobbit, with Star Wars and so on. So it's something like you have some there are some like your life goes on. It's normal completely. Then something change. Then you have some fear, but you fight this fear. You fight these changes, and then you adapt, and then you like happy end. So it's like I don't remember how it's English. It's called really hero. I think it's hero journey or hero path, something like this. So it's like part of every storytelling process and so on. So yeah, it's something where you maybe remember some stuff there that you adapt to some changes and so. But in this case that you said, that it's not the same, because it's something that helps you, but it is not something that you struggle with, that you was scary of, that you was some uncertainty in it and so on. So okay, let's go to the next question. Is there anyone in your profession that inspire you? Maybe some role model, maybe something like this. So among the data analyst, among, I don't know, data scientist, among some product specialist and so
on. Maybe my previous mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at that time I was a fresher in data analyst, and she told me how to communicate with stakeholders, the regular process of data analysis and data transforming. She helped me to build a structure of being a data analyst, and also she keeps learning in her daily life, and that inspires me to be a professional data analyst as her and keep learning.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good story. It's and I feel it. So it's like coming from yourself. So and the last one, what inspire you? Not not only the people. So it's maybe your hobby, something that can show you outside of work, not only as a data analyst but as a human.
Inspire me. Well, actually, I haven't thought it before. So what kind of thing you inspire me for? Which aspect you are asking?
In life. So for example, in my case, it is like sci-fi novel. It is a good movie. It is like playing with my dogs, cats, and so something like this. So it's like something that can show that you are not data analyst 24/7. You're like human, and you have your hobbies, your some inspiration, and so on. Good music and stuff like that. Anything except SQL, Python, BI systems, and so on.
Well, so maybe firstly, I'm learning coding, like using Python to like learning natural language through Python. Yeah, so that's very interesting. Like you capture the gesture using through the camera, and you can monitor or change the figure in your computer.
It's like computer
So that's
vision, right?
I really like. Yeah, computer vision. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of I like, and also like I like play with my cat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, in weekend I like play with him and maybe go out, have a walk or take a ride.
Okay, because if you said only about this Python stuff, I thought it's not the same because like I work every day with Python, SQL, and so on, and then in my free time I also work with Python, but it's my free time and so on. So it's sound weird, yeah. But with the cat, yeah, it's something just for example, in Ukraine, as we provide this behavior interview in Ukrainian language, so recruiters often like to ask about hobby in English to just check if like specialists in Ukraine really know English and so on. But it's also a common question like at the end of behavior interview. Are you here?
I heard maybe say yeah
You had some glitch. It's not a problem, yeah. So it's the last one of my questions that I prepared for you. So we just provide mock behavior interview. Also, I will send you some link. It's the platform called Prompt. it's very good platform. What it's about, so it's like a free peer-to-peer platform. So when you can choose their behavior interview, you can choose their some date and time. So when you can also like have this mock interview, and this platform also connect you with other one or someone who already wanted to practice their behavior interview, and you can also like this platform give you some questions that you can ask this person, and this person also will ask some question you. So half an hour you will be the interviewer, half an hour this person will be your interviewer, and then you can share both feedbacks about each other and so on. So it's a wonderful tool. It's totally free for like developing yourself in behavior interview. It will be in English because you never know which part of the world will be your interviewer. So this is like English is the common language.
Thank you, thank you. And I have a last question. Is that
Okay.
I received some feedback that maybe the company or the hiring manager think they need someone who has stronger communication, and how can I show up this kind of ability during the interview or during our conversation? What do you think about my communication? And is there something that I can improve, and what I can prepare during so that I can show up this ability during the interview?
What kind of communication? Can you explain what feedback was? So it's like in my view, you have to every person who not you, but every person who are or who will be on behavior interview, this person have to be open for communication, for talking with this recruiter. They have to show that they're ready for challenges, ready to learn new stuff, and so on, and like this. Yeah, and this person have to be proactive. So it's like when a recruiter asks about some additional question, you have to give. There are no situations that you say, "Oh no, I'm haven't not any question," and so on. No, you have to give a lot of question because it's maybe your future work, and you have to know all about them and so on. Also, I try to always research provide some research not only about the company but also about recruiter. For example, I had like recruiter interview in big game development company with recruiter from Barcelona, and I saw on his LinkedIn profile that he finished University of Barcelona. And I spent like 15 minutes to learn everything that I could about University of Barcelona, about this one, his famous alumni, and so on. And the last 5 minutes of our interview was we talked about University of Barcelona. And this guy, he was very like that. Okay, I know I'm from Ukraine, like couple of thousand kilometers from his town, city. I know about Barcelona University, about famous alumni of this university, about Antonio Gaudi, the famous architecture of Barcelona, and so on. So it's something that, as I said previously, so we're all people. Okay, it's not connecting to data analytics at all, but still this recruiter have some empathy to me, and he was maybe some bias to recommend more I had more chances to recommend to hiring managers and so on. Yeah, to do like this. So you can, in my view, you have to, as much as possible, showcase your positive sides. Because sometimes I to talk with a mentee, and it's the first one. Their sentences will be that, oh, I haven't enough experience, and so but and no, you don't have to say about something your weak points. You have to showcase your bright points, because it's that if you haven't some experience that this company needed, it will be the recruiter understand it, or hiring manager, and so on. So your job is to show the most value that you can bring, the most your strongest points, and so on. So it's like, in my view, it's like um, lamp and you can use this lamp to show your better side and so on, and something, maybe something in shadow, some your weakest point and so on. It have to be in shadow, but you can use lamp to showcase during the interview in your resume and so on, to showcase your the most brightest points.
Okay, thank you. That's very very beneficial for me.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad that it was useful. Yeah. So feel free in future, if you receive some, if you collect some other question and you collect some problems and you wanted to discuss it with someone other, feel free to reach to me on Educalist. I am always open for this.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
thank you. I'll
Yeah.
try to search you on the LinkedIn.
Yeah. Okay. I will. Yeah. Add
I hope
connection
we
to
can
you.
connect.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
So have a nice day. Bye.
You too. Bye.